Hello,
Yes, dear. How are you today?
I'm getting yourself.
Yes, I'm okay. Okay. Um, actually, I can't deny that your effort is great so far. Because this
Pardon?
portion, um, so the homework,
Yeah.
you try to solve the homework, right? And
Yeah,
this
it was quite challenging though.
Yes, I understand, and that's
Yeah.
totally okay. So typically, I don't resort into such a scene, giving you so long homework and also a bit complicated,
Yeah.
unless I'm trying to actually save a little bit of time because you told me that your colleagues is taking four loops, and we still have some other topics to cover before we reach that. So I didn't want you to be late on that. That is the main reason that I resorted to this way. So typically, I will not do it again because I know that will not be nice in your eyes, and then you will feel not happy. So
No, no, it's fine.
only
It's
one.
completely fine.
Okay. So
Yeah.
let us. Okay. So what I will
I
do
was able
now,
to fix it though,
really?
a few minutes ago, like earlier today.
Okay, so you managed to solve all of those or only a few?
No, 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 I was able to solve it. The code is not running.
Okay, that's great. So then can you share with me?
Sure. Let me just share. Um,
Okay, and that's excellent. Okay, take me step by step, please, and explain to me. So the first line that
okay,
is string
so
num.
what we have here on the first line is we're declaring a variable under the string data type. And then basically what we're doing is converting it into an integer. So then
Mhm.
we pass it. And then after that we take char. And then what we do with char, we take this int num1 and then we typecast it and then we convert it into a char variable.
No,
And then
wait, give me a second. So, okay, let me try to understand here. So this is converting the number to an integer and you are printing it, okay? Num,
yeah,
you take num1 and then you convert num1 to a character, okay? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, what else? But
And then after that,
wait, how can you convert? How you manage to do that?
pardon?
That is interesting. Can you, are you able character from integer?
Are you able to
Ah,
convert character from integer?
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so basically what I did was like for some of them I did consult Google to help me a bit.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. But
Yeah.
as long as you know what you're writing, then that
Yeah,
should
yeah,
actually fine. Okay, that's good.
yeah.
Continue, please. Yeah, continue.
So then, should I scroll down?
Yes, scroll down. Yes.
So then you have int num2, and then basically what you do is you like typecast it from
Character.
this variable here, this char variable, and then you typecast it back into integer.
Okay.
And then you have string str. So that's basically the string value of num2. So it'll be this integer number here or variable. And then you declare a
Okay.
new
Mhm,
double variable. So you have a variable named double num stored under the data type of double. Then
mhm,
this is its value.
mhm. Okay.
And then you truncatate you I don't know how to say this word,
Truncated.
but yeah, this is the
Truncated. Yeah.
new
Hmm.
variable. And
Okay.
then you convert this into an integer. And
Okay.
then
That's good.
yeah.
Okay.
Then you have the string variable named hello. So then you use char to remove the second index of this word hello, and then it'll remove the letter
Wait,
E from
can
the
you,
word.
no, 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 slowly, please. I would like you to explain this to me again. So character to remove what?
The second index of the
Oh,
word.
you, okay. So yeah, I need to store it here.
Pardon?
So, okay. Second index. Can you show me where do you print this third character in greeting?
Um, ooh,
Okay, go down. So I mean, this is L. So, okay, now can you please explain to me now this and this code and your output? Can you give a reasoning why you are getting L?
because H is basically the zero, so it's zero,
Excellent.
and then E
One.
is one, and then L would be two.
Okay, excellent. Okay, that's okay. Move to the next, which is
Okay.
this one. What is this?
So you have a string variable, so it's str double, and then basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna convert it into, so you're gonna take this string data type of this variable, then you're gonna turn it into a double.
Can you please
Basic.
confirm to me which exercise is that? Which part? Because exercise 4 got many parts. Can you tell me where did you see this? I can't recall that this was part of an exercise. And let me double confirm also from
Let
my
me just
side.
check on my drive. Yeah, I think it was on slide 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Give me a second. I will try to open it from here. 15. Yeah, but okay, 56.78 point, which means that there is no comma.
Pardon?
Okay, so it was 56.78, no comma. It is
No,
the
no,
exercise say 56.78. I didn't put, there is no comma here. I mean, this you copy it wrong. So it means that, can you go to the exercise and look?
oh, wait. Should I should I switch the tabs to the exercise?
Yes, you can.
Okay, let me just, do you see it?
Yes, I see it. I don't see any comma here. I mean, if you look at this is dot. So it is it is, I mean, it's referring to a decimal number, but it doesn't, I mean, there is no comma here. I mean, you write it comma, but
Yeah,
it's here dot. So just only as just a little silly mistake, and you should not, I mean, it's just a comma. Not
yeah,
not no comma.
I
So did you
apologize for that
understand?
because usually, here we use like commas to represent decimals than points.
Yes, but this is in your maybe this is what you write on paper, but this
Yeah,
never we never do it on computer.
okay,
Okay, and if we do it
yeah,
on computer, we do it only for the output. Okay, for clarification, which means that it should, I mean, you should never use a comma when you are storing numbers in variables. No, we don't do that. Okay.
okay.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I think, which means that if you switch back to your coding,
Um,
share your
mm,
code. Okay, so it means, simply means, if you correct this, you don't need that line.
okay. Um,
Do you know how to correct? Okay, perfect. Then the
yeah,
next line, you can remove it. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, good. Continue then.
And then, so we converted the string into a double, and then here we have a new variable under the integer data type called
Excellent.
int num, and
Excellent.
the
Okay.
value of that is 42.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a new variable under the double data type called double widen, then we
Okay,
typecast it, and then we'd convert the integer int num into a double.
clear. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have a new double variable called val, which is valued at 99.99, and then we're converting it from a double to a string, and then
Okay,
that's
clear,
yeah.
clear. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so you can stop sharing, and I will start sharing from here.
Okay.
Um, okay, give me a second, please. Give me a second. Hey, okay. Let me give me a second. I need to share that here. Okay, chapter 3. Oops. Okay. Okay. So in short, what you have done, or the exercise that I gave to you, it was actually to make you really understand this table. So this table you should know it by heart so that you're not confused in the exam. So if you would
Yeah.
like to convert from a string to int, then you should use this technique, which means that I think you know it because you already used that integer to dot parse int, and
Yeah, we've used it in a previous exercise.
also yes, correct.
Mm.
And if you would like to convert from string to double, you will use double dot parse double, which is okay. We also use it already. So
Yeah.
and if we have a double to int, then you will use that. So if this is a double, you would like to convert it to int, you typecast like this, okay?
Yeah.
And if you have int to double, you don't need to do anything. You just can actually, you don't need even to put double here, because when you are changing from a small to big, you don't need to do anything. So automatically the Java will add 0.0 to the number. So assume that this was 7. So if I do this, if I save that int num inside double, so that what I will see that they will add dot 0 to the 7, and they will save it into double num. Is that clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, so I think also these two, we have already discussed it, and I think you already do it correct. And here they are just typecasting, and you have done it in a good way in the exercise. But okay, so okay, the trick here is that if you have a string, and then you would like to actually convert, sorry, if you have an integer and you would like to, so this integer, imagine that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would like to convert that integer into a string. So you can, I mean, this is a very easy, and I mean, it doesn't need any trick. Okay,
Yeah.
so you add the number to a string, so we will convert that. I think we have taken something like that in the one of the external slides that I shared with you. So I think we have seen that if we have add inside a print statement, and then we have something like that, and then we took that we have this 1, and then plus 2, and we knew if we do that in a print statement, we will get add 1, 2 as a string. And why we getting that add like this? Just because we are evaluating from left to right, and which means that we do not do the 1 plus 2 first. We add the 1 to the add, and so
Yeah.
it means that we will convert the 1 to a string, okay? And then later we will add the 2 to the add 1. I mean, is that clear or no?
It's clear. It's clear.
Okay, so okay. Um, what I want you to do after I finish explaining this you have to write it to me. I mean, you have to write it in a, so you create a variable. I think you can also add it to your current code. So if you have int num, you just use whatever int num that you have. And I would like you to print the string. So this, you will write it. Okay, but let me continue finishing first. So if you have a double and you would like to convert it to string, you do also the same trick. Okay,
Yeah.
so by adding so, you will just concatenate the double to an empty string like that, and that will do the job or the trick of converting the double to a string, which means that if you have seven, I mean, let me put it this way. So
Okay.
if this is maybe 7.0 as a double, and then when you do this trick, what we will get inside string is as if you already do 7.0 in a double quotation, which is an indication of a double. I mean, so this is a string, okay?
Yeah.
But a string that is carrying a double in the middle of it. Is that clear or confusing, or am I moving so fast?
No, no, I understand.
Okay, so, okay, what about if you would like to convert a character to a string? So if you do this, this is not correct. So we are not able to convert a character to string like this. You are able to convert a character to a string by the same trick that you are able to do it here, which is add an empty a string, two double quotation, nothing in the middle, to the character itself, and that will convert the character into a string. So this is a trick that we are able to use. Okay, and this, I think you already know it. So what I will ask you to do is that I would ask you to actually write only these three, because I didn't see that you're using them inside your code or inside your solution. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a very easy way, and I would like to write you to write them. Okay,
Okay.
you can write them in a new code also if you prefer. I mean, if you, it's totally up to you.
Yeah, I'll write it in a new one.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
How is it? Is it any errors?
Um, just adding a few things and then I'll be
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Um, yeah, my code runs,
Okay, that's
but
excellent.
it's,
Uh-huh.
oh no, could you just check it quickly?
Yes, yes, please share.
Um,
Okay, so you made this is the first, and then okay, okay, and then this is
um,
yep. Tell me, G. Yes, I think yes, you're okay. Yeah, that's great.
pardon?
Yes, it's okay. That's great.
The code is okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's great work from you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, let me continue. I will share again. I would say so. Just a little
Do I
thing that
stop
we.
sharing?
Yes, please stop sharing. Yeah. So one thing that we need to know before we move out from here is that sometimes you need to typecast before even you do any arithmetic operation. And that is if you would like to get an accurate result. So for example, if you divide 15 by 2, what is the result of this?
7, it will be 7, right?
So, I mean, no, mathematically it's 7.5. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The problem here is that if you, it is true what you are saying is that if you divide 15 divided by 2, and even though if you try to save it into a double, which is x, but it will give you only 7. Do you know why?
Um, it will give you, um, because double X. Can I just look at it quickly?
Yes, yes.
Is actually I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Because
So
isn't X stored in double, so shouldn't it be
yes, yes,
7.5?
you're correct. But the problem is, they will do so they evaluate the right hand side first before looking into the left hand side. The left hand side is true that x is a double, but when they evaluate 15 divided by 2, the Java will think that they are both integers. So they will
Oh,
evaluate that based on the two integers that they divide them on each other. So any two integers divide by each other, that will result in an integer value, okay, without looking into the left-hand side. So when this will result into seven only. But when they try to save that into double, so you will find that what is saved inside X is 7.0. So he will convert the 7 to 7.0 because he never knew in advance that the left-hand side is actually double. So how to overcome this, to be able to get an accurate result for this kind of division, we need to convert the 15. One of the things that we're going to use in the here, we need to convert the 15 into double. How we do that? By typecasting the 15 first. So it means that before he performed the division, he will convert 15 into double. So how is this? So it means that 15 will be converted into 15.0. So when they do the division, it will result into 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it will be saved correctly into X. Does this make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, are you able on the current code, just at the bottom of the current code, just write these 3 lines. If you don't write them, unfortunately, you will forget them. So, okay. I think it's quite easy, right?
Yeah. Should I write the other lines as well?
You should write these 3 lines, and yes, after you do that, you can comment that line and try to run this.
Okay. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay. So let me then, since we already finished this portion, so this is the last thing that we going to say to close actually unit 3 totally. So now, there is a mass class inside. So did you know what is the meaning of class?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Do you know what is int, string? And do you know what is Boolean?
Yes.
And do you know what is double, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that, and the char. So let me remove this. So, okay. We have double Boolean, integer, and char, and we call these data types. Do you know what is a data type is?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I would say that this is what we call pre-primitive data types. And we have another data type which is called string. And string is actually different from these 3 data types. A string, we are able to, string is something that can save a lot of data inside, which is mean
Yeah.
that you are able to save a lot of text inside compared to, if we compare to int and character and Boolean, this is, all of them is limited in the amount of data, but you are able to save a whole paragraph inside the string, and that is a lot compared to all this. So the
Yeah.
data type decide how much space we are going to reserve inside the RAM to store our variable. And the string is big, and the string is actually not a normal data type. It is a complex data type that's called a class. And this class have method associated with it. Did you ever see an int that have a length data type, or charAt that I mean method? Sorry, so sorry, I totally apologize. So int does not have length method. Did you ever
Yeah.
use? Do you remember that we have, if we have a string, we are able to get the length of the string? Can you remember that?
Yes, I think I do, but pretty vaguely.
Okay, so if we go just a few slides back here, I think it is here. So did you remember, or can you remember that we write this code, and this is both name and name2 are actually string variables. So these
Yeah.
string variables, we are able to call on, I mean, this is a string variable, this is the name one. We are able to call a length on and attach it to the variable name. We are not able to do that with integers, booleans, or characters. We are only able to do that with the strings only. So any variable
Yeah.
that is a string, you're able to call its length. The length will result in what? In counting how many characters inside that variable. Did you recall something like that? We did it before?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, that's good. So, and also, not only that, we have another thing that we learned, which is the character@. Do you remember how we use a character@, right?
Yes, 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 I remember.
So, okay, it means that, and this character@, you're only able to use it with the data type string. So you see here, so this is a method, so length
Yeah.
and character@ are actually methods or ready-made functions that is provided to you. And why they are only available to data type string, but not available to double, Boolean, integer, or even char or character? Because the string, it is a complex data type of type class. And we will learn later, it depends on what they provide in the syllabus, but in the book, we have something called classes. And we are going to learn that with classes, they provide us with a lot of options and methods that we are able to use on, inside classes. So because the string is a class, so we are able to really get something that is ready made for us, that we are able to use it. If we would like to do that with int, so if I give you an integer that is 1, 2, 3, 4, so assume that num is, which is an integer, it's equal 1, 2, 3, 4. You are not able to count them for me. If you would like to count them, how many digits you have here, you have to convert this num into a string, and only then you are able to tell me how many digits you have here. Other than that, you are not able to tell me. So because
Yeah.
why? You don't have any functions that allow you to count the digits inside a num.
Yeah.
But you have the one that is called length inside a string. Does this make sense? No?
Yes.
Does it make sense? Really?
Yes, yes, I'd say so.
Okay, so I'm sorry, just to avoid confusion, can you do me a favor?
Okay.
So, okay, now you have this num, right?
Yeah.
Convert it to a string and tell me how many digits you have here. Print out for me how many digits you have.
Okay.
Is that easy? Can you recall?
Pardon?
Can you recall how you can convert num as a variable of type integer into a string.
Yes, yes.
Okay, slowly, yeah.
Okay. Um, should I do it on the same code or should I
Yes,
open a different?
same code.
Okay.
How is it?
Yeah, I'm just checking something quickly.
If you are having trouble, let me know.
Okay.
You would like to share?
Um, let me just yo, okay. I just wanna like solve it quickly on my
No problem.
own,
No
you
problem. Yes,
know?
that's good. Yes.
Yeah. Um, um, I think I can share. But yeah, it's not really running properly. Oh no, it's not giving an expected output, but yeah. Um,
Okay, so okay. So until here, that is great. But then I mean, do you know what is our target? Is we actually wanted to count how many digits here, right? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So, okay, what is the target from this code?
Um, isn't it to count how many digits are in the variable?
Excellent, excellent. So the digits, we are able to know it by calling length. So come here, write str dot length, open brackets, like this. So this is after the str.
So like this.
Yes, and run.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, okay, so like I told you, just because the string is a complex data type of type class, and it have assistant methods that we are able to use, so it means that uh, the integer data type does not have this luxury of having lanes and charAt. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is actually what you did here is after you converted this to a string, so the string become 1 2 3 4, and then you tried, I mean, what you tried to do here, this is position 1, this is position 0 1 2 3. When you set 3 here, it give you 4, so it got
Yeah.
you that 4 here. I mean, which when you try to do, when you try to get 3 here, okay? And if you printed a character 2, it would have printed out the last thing. I mean, the last of str. But that is not what we want like to do actually. We wanted to get the length. Okay,
Yeah.
is that concept clear?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay, then please stop and let me continue sharing.
Okay.
So in short, I would just let you know here that other than string, we have other classes that is given to us, that is created inside Java. And these classes, we are able to use it for handy operations. So there might be an operation that will take a few steps, maybe, or a few lines of code for you to achieve that. But they make ready-made classes that give us methods inside it to help us. So they create a mass class, and this mass class are able to allow us to do mathematical or complex mathematical operations just in one line of code. And we don't know how they implemented that. The implementation is hidden from us. Okay. So if you would like to write 2 to the power of 3, so how you do that? They give us a method that's called mass dot power, and then you pass it to, which is here, and then you put a comma, and then you pass it the second input. So this is the first input, which is a 2. This is the second input, which is the number that you would like to raise the 2 for. And you pass it like that, it will give you the result, which is 8. So if you would like to try this, so this is how he write the method. So why he write mass? Because mass is a class that contain the method that is called power, P-O-W. So
Yeah.
here he's trying to do what? Raising a 10 to the power of 2. So which
Yeah.
will give you 100. Okay. So what else? sqrt, this is another method. So if you would like to get the
It's
square
like
root,
square root.
yes, of 25, so this is how we do it. Okay, so this
Oh,
is also the same. What about the round? So the round have a different situation. So the round is, we're going to round 2.6, and that will give me 3. Okay,
Yeah,
absolute is another method that give me absolute. So absolute in mathematics, it looks like this. So if you take an absolute for a number, so it will just remove all the negative numbers and it will return to you 16.
yeah,
Okay, so I would say I would like you to write this this line, this line, and this line, and this line. So only
okay,
4 lines of those, just to make sure that this stick to your brain.
okay.
How is it, dear?
Um, I'm almost done. I'm on the second last one.
Okay. Any errors?
Yeah, I do have an error. Um,
Okay, can you
Let me
please
just
share?
share the screen. Do you see the screen?
Yes, so you forgot the plus sign here. So here is missing the
Um,
plus.
oh,
So sometimes the error will be I mean not very clear to you, but then you have to really check every spelling. So this is a trick
yeah.
to read, and because sometimes you cannot really guess. Okay, check spelling brackets. Okay, now try to run. Now we have a different
Um,
error. Yes, brackets missing bracket. Okay,
yeah.
I think now everything is. The most important is that you see here. So is it possible that you change this please to 2.3 instead of 2.6?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do you see now that it gives you 2? So it means that it have to be more I mean, okay, can you put 2.5, please? So that I mean, instead of just saying it, you need to see it with your eyes.
Yeah.
So starting from 2.5, you will get 3. And then anything below 2.5,
Yes.
it will give you 2. I think it's clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you stop and let me try to give you, I will not take too much time, just little time only,
Yeah.
just to introduce you here. So I need to introduce you here to something called loops. The loops, the introduction of the loops inside your book is not very clear. Okay, so I will have to use other slides to teach you that. So to simplify the thing to you. So imagine
Yeah.
that you would like to print hello 10 times, or find all the prime numbers up to a certain integer, or even print each odd number between 5 and 127. If you would like to do that in a manual way, that is very time consuming. So we need
Yeah.
to make our code smarter, and I need to be able to execute, to just write 3 or even maximum 4 lines of code to achieve this kind of things. And also this two requirement, I'm able to do that in maybe maximum 5 lines of code. So imagine if you have to do it without a loop. The technique of
Yeah,
the
it'll take
loop,
long.
yes. So the technique of the loop actually is very, you adding smartness to your code. So how the loop looks like? So the loop looks like this. So this is the name of the loop, or the type of the loop, which is called for loop. It must start with header. And so this is the open parentheses or brackets, and then curly braces, and then this is the closing of the curly braces. And then we have some kind of structure here that controls the amount of times we execute whatever in between the opening of the curly braces and the closing of the curly braces. So here we initialize the variable, and we initialize it to a certain value. And then here is a test condition that can tell us how many times we are going to run this loop. So you would
Yeah.
like to run this loop for 5 times. This is the condition that control this. Okay.
Yeah.
And the number of times, I mean, this update is also control along with the test, how many times we're going to execute that lines of code. So, okay. And here you initialize a variable, and here you will tell how many times you're going to increment the variables and by what value. And here
Yeah.
is a test condition that you're going to put to actually make an end to the amount of times that you run the loop. Of course, this is just talking. I mean, that is general terms without really seeing an example. So let us have a look at this real example here. So here, I initialized I to 1. So this is an initialization. So I created a variable I, and I initialized it to 1. Here,
Yeah.
I'm putting a test condition that this loop, every time it runs, it will check if the I value still satisfies this condition. What is this condition? I is less than or equal 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it increments so it adds 1, and then the loop will stop when it exceeds the value of 5.
exactly. So if we reach that I is 6, we will stop running this line of code. So this line
Okay.
of code will run for how many times? 5 times.
Yeah.
So the last thing that I would like you to do is that I would like you to just write these 3 lines, okay? And then,
Okay.
yeah. Is it still there a problem?
Um, let me just yeah, there is an error, but I think I can just fix it.
Okay,
Um,
never mind.
yeah, I
Just
see where I
share
went
and let me
wrong.
see. Just I will not talk. You can do it, but let me see how we do it.
Okay. Um, sharing now. Um,
Mhm. So I think you will not know the reason. You will not know the reason because okay. Okay, so there is, I mean, this is a spelling mistake. Yes, correct.
yeah.
Okay. So you printed only this. I mean, hello, can you hear me?
Then,
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
oh, wait.
So
Um,
actually, the for loop should never have semicolon after it.
yes, I can still hear you. Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Um, can you hear me?
Yes, but the sound is not really perfect. But okay, what I want to say that in a for loop, we
Oh,
never
okay.
put semicolon. We just put curly braces and we
Um,
put curly braces here.
yes, I can hear you.
Did you now see
Uh,
what I did?
can you not hear me?
Um, uh, yes, I can hear you, but I'm not very sure if you really heard what I said. Do you need me to repeat again?